Hello! Welcome to an extra special episode of Holostars Digest, where we talk about the all-men VTuber group from Holo Productions, Holostars. The goal of these podcasts is to make these VTubers more accessible to the wider English-speaking audience, so that more Kaiga Nikki and Neki, which means overseas fans, can join in on the fun. I'm your host, CavityCake from the US, and I've been following Holostars since July. Joining me today is a very special guest, Yamikirby. Welcome again!
Thanks for having me again.
So tell me a bit about yourself.
I've been in the Holostars hole from at least June of 2020, and
Senpai.
I've been here for a while. Oh, I guess you could call me a senpai. But yeah, and I love these boys.
Anything recent from the Holostars that you're really excited about?
At the time of this recording, it was Shien's birthday just passed,
Yay.
and it was week full of celebration, you could say. His merch is so good. His birthday merch is so good.
Yeah, and we had so many collaborations and goods on sale for the whole month of February just for Valentine's Day. So a very eventful month.
February, you're the shortest month in the year. Why are you so jam-packed full of things with our boys?
Yeah, the Holostars have been pushing out collaborations left and right for February, and I hope they continue for March. Just gotta be careful with our wallets.
I would like for more news and such, but at the same time, can I have a break for my wallet?
Another thing I'm really excited about is that the Holostars official channel will be hosting regular programs every 2 weeks, I believe. So maybe in March we'll finally see the first episode of what they're up to.
I can't wait for the official program to go out on the channel, because the way that they announced the program on the Holostars channel makes it seem like we're going to see a lot of our boys doing some funny antics together, while also providing some really good information.
This extra special episode actually came about from something a lot of people have brought up as a suggestion. A big part of the fun of watching VTubers is certainly interacting with them via the chat, but I know a lot of overseas fans are not really sure on how to comment in the chat, or are afraid, to comment because of the language barrier. And compared to Twitch chat, which I think is what a lot of overseas fans are familiar with, there are certainly some differences between the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. What sorts of differences have you noticed, Yami?
I think the main difference I've seen when it comes to Twitch chat and VTuber chat is like spamming of emotes and expressions and such. Or, you know how Twitch has its own set of emotes? And some people carry that over to VTuber chats, even though YouTube doesn't have those emotes, and some people don't know what those emotes mean. I'm looking at you, Pog!
Oh yeah, there's I think Pog is definitely one of them.
Yep.
Also, in Twitch, it's quite easy to set up moderators as well, but compared to YouTube chat, a lot of these VTubers are moderating the chat by themselves, which is an extra duty for them. So I would say YouTube chat is also a little bit less modded in general, because a lot of them don't have moderators. They're just moderating by themselves.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes I wish they could get mods, but at this point in time, I think it's okay for them to just be self-moderating. But they are getting bigger, so it might become a more increasing concern.
So our hope for this episode is just to introduce some of the chat culture of each of the Holostars, and most importantly, we hope that some of the overseas fans will feel more open to commenting in the chat as well and connecting with their favorite Holostar. So let's start with some general rules. I actually have a hard time thinking of do's, because I feel like there are a lot more don'ts. But I would say generally for the do's is you just want to talk about the stream in the YouTube chat. Use very simple English. I think most Holostars are okay with simple English, or even simple Japanese would be fine for them. But keep in mind that the chat does go by really fast, so keeping the English very simple would help them be able to read it. Another thing is you can use emotes, just not excessively, don't spam them. I mean, a popular thing is use the pen light emotes when they are singing, but just don't spam it too much. Any other do's you can think of, Yami?
I'd like to append on the penlight thing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that's members only.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, penlights are an emote that are for members only. Other than that, for non-members, it's the spamming of like hearts colored to the image color of the boy with like music notes, I believe.
Oh, they're Oshi marked, which we'll talk more about later.
Right. So just to keep in mind that like penlights are a membership thing, so not everyone has them.
And don't feel bad if you can't use the membership only emotes. The Holostars, they don't mind. For the list of don'ts, I'll try to keep it small. Don't have don't have private conversations. So don't talk about too much about yourself in the chat. There's a free chat for that, so many of the Holostars have a free chat YouTube video. You can use the chat in there.
Free chat is meant to be used as a place to just freely chat amongst yourselves. I would say it's the equivalent of just going to someone's Twitch channel while they're not online and just chatting in their chat where no one's like really seeing it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good comparison, I think. The second one is don't make requests. I've seen a lot of mostly spammers saying things like, oh, please say this, it's my birthday, or can you say this for my friend? In a way, I really think that's not appropriate because
Can you say this phrase?
They're there to enjoy themselves as well. So I feel like these kinds of requests are kind of inappropriate, but we do see them pop up sometimes, especially when people feel like if they throw a super chat, which means like throwing money at the VTuber, they feel like they have a right to make these requests. But I feel like that's still very inappropriate. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen this comment go around a while ago. It was a long while ago. But one of the comparisons I've seen is like, these boys are not circus animals. They are not going to perform everything you'd want them to. They are real people doing essentially their job. Mm-hmm. And we are witnessing it. Please respect that barrier.
Yeah. And also related to requests is I've seen some people in the chat making requests for translations. Again, translators are also real people. They are not being paid at all at the moment to provide translations. So translations are not going to be the norm, and so I don't think people should feel like they have to provide translations as well. It's just a nice to have. Because I've seen people like, where's the translator? And I'm like, I don't know. They're asleep. They're doing other things.
Yeah, I've seen so many like, hey, are there any translators? Can you translate this? Can you speak in English? And I'm like, no. Translators are a gift, and please appreciate them. Please, appreciate the fact that they are taking time out of their day to just process a lot of information and then trying to spit it back out at us in our language. It's also a very hard thing to do, live translations.
Mm-hmm. That's a special
So it should not be taken lightly either.
And on the other extreme, I know some VTubers don't even like having translators in the chat. I'm not sure if any of the Holostars are that way, but I know that for some VTubers, they don't want translators in the chat because they feel like it might clutter up the chat as well. So
I believe Izuru is the one that doesn't allow live translation in chat.
Mm-hmm. But there's always the free chat for that. So some VTubers might ask that if you want to provide translations, use the free chat, and you can also chat in that free chat as well at the same time as the stream.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, simply put, just read the rules in their description for the stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. The last thing is, this one is hard to resist sometimes, but try not to bring up other VTubers, the other stars, unless they were mentioned by the star themselves, by the VTuber themselves. This is just so that, the chat is on topic, and that it doesn't bring up anything that they don't want to talk about or don't want to talk about yet. But I know this is very tempting to say something like, oh, it would be so great if you did this with this person. but it's very tempting, but would be...
Hi, I came from this chat from this other VTuber.
I've seen that.
I've seen that quite a bit.
Say something like, oh, I saw your collaboration with this group, and I thought you were cool, and I came here, and like, I think that's okay, but...
On Twitch, it's okay, but I feel like it's a little bit off, it turns a little bit off topic with the VTubers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're trying to hold a conversation, or play their game, or do their singing, and then there are messages going like, I saw you from here, and it's like, oh, when's the next time I do this with them? And like,
I think that falls into making requests and things like that.
Yeah.
This was a kind of an issue because recently, this was from Shien's stream, where Shien very rarely had to be right back, had to BRB during a stream, which is very rare. You've never seen Boss do this. I've never seen Boss go BRB during a stream. And while he was gone...
It's not often. It never happened.
It's like never happens, but he did. So while he was gone, there's some of the people in the chat started spamming Chanchagadondon, which is Roberu's phrase for when he's away. And when Shien came back, he saw some of the Chanchagadondon and actually kind of like, not scolded, but let's say firmly worded that...
In English too.
Yes, in English as well, that there's no Chanchagadondon in his stream. I feel like this is kind of an extreme example of this one VTuber has this one meme or this one culture. It doesn't translate to all of them.
Think of it like an inside joke. Inside jokes only work with people that are on the inside. Don't bring it outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else they're going to be very confused.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel so bad.
Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I feel like it was very much needed to be said.
That's true.
A lot of people... Another case of like an in-joke going a little too far. Having spread a little too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is people saying pain peko.
Ah, yes.
And that's technically should only be used for pekora, but it's gotten so much use that it's just spread everywhere. Please try not to bring it into other VTuber streams. Because
they have their own culture as well. That's what this episode's about. It's just, for each star, what is their own individual chat culture is like. So next, I've typed out some easy Japanese phrases that you can use in almost any VTuber's chat. And keep in mind, if you can't type it in Japanese, Romaji is also okay. These are simple enough that they can be read quickly. So first one I have is taiki, which means waiting. This is used to signal that you're there before the stream starts and that you're waiting for the stream to begin. I know some people also type like WKWK, which stands for waku waku, which means that they're very excited. I think one of the things to tack onto that is typing taiki or waku waku is okay. Just don't have a conversation while you're waiting for the stream.
Yeah, I think another variation I've seen is IKZ.
Ah, yes. And what does IKZ mean?
Ikuzo. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like, I think you'll see that more for when they're trying to queue up for a game or running up a round or even starting up a premiere for a song cover. Yeah. It just shows excitement.
Yeah, exactly. Next, I think everyone should know this. It's a kusa, which means grass, which means laughing or lol.
Would you like to explain why? Because I feel like that is an extremely interesting thing to talk about.
Yeah, so originally it came from the use of W. So W in Japanese like net slang is short for warota. I laugh.
Wada.
Yeah, wada. Yeah, which means laugh. But after that, people started spamming like www, like typing a lot of them. And a whole line
the equivalent of
yeah.
The equivalent of LOL.
Exactly. Yeah, so, and when people type like a whole line of W's, it looks like a grass field. So it evolved into kusa, which means grass. And later on, I've seen variations like a big grass field to mean like laughing a lot. So that's kind of the evolution of that. I'll be honest, I didn't know what kusa meant. I haven't watched a lot of streams, And then I was so confused why people started typing kusa instead of W for laughing. And then I found out the reason. It's like, oh, it's evolving. It's alive.
I'm like, I don't think the kusa change was recent. So like I've known of it for years just because I also kind of grew up with like Nico Doga culture.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm a little more familiar with the like Japanese net slang.
Mm-hmm.
Only slightly more familiar.
That's good. Next we have ganbare, which means like go for it. So anytime someone's like in a game or working hard, you can type ganbare. So works. Another variation is ganbatte, but both are fine.
It's essentially do your best.
Yeah, do your best. Go for it. I don't know.
You got this.
Yeah, you got this. There's really no good English translation. The closest one I can think of is go for it. I feel like that fits the best. But it's like, go for it, do your best, that kind of
I personally would have translated as do your best, but you know, translation, it's hard.
It's not gonna be perfect.
You can't just get one-to-one translations.
Yeah, exactly. So next one is okaeri, which means welcome back. So in the very rare case, or in the very frequent case of Roberu going on a toilet break, when they come back, you can say okaeri, which means welcome back. It is also a phrase you say like in a home, like when people come back, you say okaeri. So it's the same kind of
Welcome back.
yeah, welcome back.
Okaeri.
Okaeri. And last one is otsukare, which means thank you for streaming. In general, it just means like this is another case of translations don't really translate that well. It kind of means like good job today or thanks for your work, that kind of feeling.
I think it would literally translate to like something along the lines of like being tired, because the tsukare comes from like being tired, right? Tsukareta. But when you use it like to someone else, otsukare, it means like good job, good work, you did good.
Yeah,
it's awkward to translate now that I think about it.
It's very awkward to translate. So in Japanese culture, at the end of a workday, you would say otsukare sama deshita or otsukare to mean like thank you for your work today or good job today, which is something we don't really do in the US. But at the end of a stream, if you want to thank the VTuber for the stream, you can say otsukare, which means thank you for your work today or thank you for streaming. There's a note, some of the Holostars have their own greeting for otsukare, so we'll be going over those.
There's quite a few variations for quite a few of our phrases we mentioned, actually. So we will dive into that soon.
Oh, right now.
We'll dive into that right now.
Right now. So let's start with the first generation of Holostars. They don't have a special name.
We just call them the first generation because they debuted in a kind of awkward position in time. We don't have like a group name for them as we do with second and third gen, so we just call them first generation. And starting off the first generation is Miyabi Hanasaki. Let's talk about Miyabi, or what have I heard him referred to as? A flower fairy, which he doesn't really support? The eternal 18-year-old?
Guardian of the forest of the Hanasaki forest.
Oh yeah, Guardian of the forest. Oh god, that forest, it still scares me. Have you seen the creatures? I don't understand. Huh?
I'm really drawn to Holpens.
Yeah, Holpen is gaining some popularity, I think.
He did win that contest. Don't forget, he is the strongest.
The strongest Hanasaki no Mori resident. But those are always referred to as Miyabi. The fan name for Miyabi's fans is Hanamigumi. Miyabi's Oshi mark, which is the little emoji. Yeah, they're called emojis that are associated with the talent. Miyabi's is the cherry blossom. Is it a cherry? It's a hibiscus. Crap.
Yes, it's a hibiscus.
Hibiscus? Hibiscus?
Hibiscus.
I don't know how to say words. Okay, yeah, it's a hibiscus flower, fitting for a flower fairy. Mm-hmm. And at the end of Miyabi's stream, fans say Otsu Miyabi instead of Otsukare. At the start of a stream, you can say Kon Miyabi or Konban Miyabi. Depends on the time of day. And a fun fact about Miyabi is that his membership emotes are actually drawn by his younger brother.
Yeah.
His youngest brother?
I don't know, but I was surprised to find out that his brother was also very talented.
The art's so cute.
I think one word you need to know if you want to join Miyabi's chats is just the word kawaii.
Yeah. You can use spam kawaii in Miyabi because all about Miyabi is just cute.
I think every time I look at the chat, it's just kawaii.
Unless we bring up the forest, I guess. And even then, I think you find kawaii.
Mm-hmm. With like the 3 dots after, the ellipsis after.
Yeah.
Like, is this cute? I think it is.
Miyabi finds it cute. Therefore, we should also find it cute.
Of course.
Miyabi's chat is actually super chill from what I've watched. It's relatively chill. It's just good times, good vibes.
Okay, if that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Hanami-gumis. Sorry, Hanami-gumi.
Yeah, I'm not super well versed in all the poison, so I apologize in advance. So let's move on to the next first gen Holostar, because I have nothing else to say. We are at Izuru Kanade. He is one of our local kusogakis, which translates to little brat. As an aside, please introduce Astel as a kusogaki, I beg of you.
Oh, I don't know what it says there. Yeah, I didn't write some of these taglines. The lurker did.
Wait, I just realized that kusogaki was on the slide. I just said that naturally.
Wait, really? Wait. You didn't read it?
I didn't read it. I just saw the name and I was like, okay, let me introduce it myself. I only got so far as to read guitars, and I was just like, okay, yeah, here's Izuru Kanade, one of our local kusogaki. I just said that naturally.
Oh my god.
Oops.
I didn't write all these taglines, but I did write this one, so you're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's talk about Izuru Kanade, who is a very talented vocalist, guitarist, and one of our many resident kusogaki. He has been referred to as Mao Mao because he's got that really cute cat ear hoodie.
This is
Mao.
Chinese, I think, Chinese in origin. Mao Mao means like a cat. It's now his nickname.
That would make sense. Izuru is kind of a special case in terms of what you use to talk to him or refer yourself as, because there isn't actually a fan name associated for Izuru's fans.
Yeah,
So
I can't find any.
you can just call yourself as a fan of Izuru. I've heard the Nothing Gang, but I think that's an inside joke. So please feel free to elaborate more in the comments. Izuru's Oshimark is the guitar, because he is a guitarist. And once again, as I mentioned, that Izuru is a special case of he doesn't have anything really special when it comes to chat culture, saying specific phrases. So you could just, say Otsukare-sama from the easy phrases we mentioned earlier. And let's talk about a little bit of trivia for our local... I was about to say Catboy, and I was like, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. No.
For our local kusogaki. So Izuru likes to write out his chat rules in his description. Please take a look at that anytime you'd like to take part in his chat. Please follow the rules. Are they written in English? I've actually, not really stepped into Izuru's streams often.
I think
Sometimes they're written in English, I think.
Yes, sometimes it's written in English. And I think he's okay with very, very simple English. But I think one thing that he mentioned was spamming hearts during his singing stream. He thought that would turn people away. He thought it would turn newcomers away.
I think it's also that he wants feedback, and hearts don't really provide much feedback, right? He wants to hear words of affirmation or saying, "You sound good here, but how about here?" So, because he also wants to improve himself and improve his performance, right? So please try to refrain from the hearts and notes spam. So let's move to the next Holostar.
Next we have Arurandeisu, or the Pizza Dad. Aruran has many nicknames, including Aruran, Pizza OG. So Pizza OG means Pizza Uncle. Aru, or Aru Papa. I heard Alan, like Alan as a short term. I think any of these are okay nicknames for Aru Papa. I
mean, to be fair, he has quite a long name and it doesn't roll off the tongue that well, so...
There is an English version. It's Arlandis.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what Arurandeisu is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Arlandis. That's why Alan is an appropriate shortening of that name.
I see.
But we never see it used. To be honest, we never see it used. We never see
the fact I had to ask
used. We always see Arurandeisu.
Yeah, the fact I had to ask about that does say something.
But some closer fans just prefer Papa, and it's perfectly fine. Or Pizza Papa. His fan name is Familian, or the Aran family sometimes is referred to. His Oshi mark is obviously a slice of pizza. And fans say goodbye with ciao, which is also used in the beginning as well, because ciao can mean both hello and goodbye. Aran also has various mascots. One of them is Pizza-kun, which is a slice of pizza that dances every time a super chat is sent.
I love that super chat notification, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
I love it so much.
It's so cute. And I remember when he first introduced Pizza-kun, people would just keep throwing super chats just to make Pizza-kun dance.
Dance, Pizza-kun, dance!
Dance! And this is also a recent thing. Fans will sometimes send a super chat with a poop emoji, or there's a super chat sticker that's just the poop emoji to tease Aran. The origin of this is that one time he had to BRB, he had to be right back at a stream, and he was taking a long time. So some people in the chat started joking like, oh, he must be taking a poop. So they started sending this poop emoji super chat to him. And ever since then, they would just send those poop emojis to tease Aran, because we know that he doesn't really like it.
So that's where that comes from?
According to Lurker, that's how it started.
Oh my god.
But I would say Aruran's chat is also pretty chill. I have seen like a couple of like really like weird and creepy requests. Mm-hmm. And we also try not to use the D word to describe Aruran.
Yeah, I mean, I would understand why his chat is relaxed. He did reach out to the Kaigai Nikis too.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
With his early morning streams of like English slang learning and then teaching us Japanese slang.
Aran definitely is okay with simple English in the chat as well. And he does try to actively read them. A special shout out to a officially recognized fan subgroup is the Hagerandis. Hage means bold, and this was kind of an inside joke from when Aruran drew a little picture of himself, but he drew himself as little bold at the top. And his fans were asking, like, why did you draw yourself as bold? Like, why did you draw yourself as Hagerandis? And he was like, no, I didn't. But it was too late, and there is a special group of fans that took that little picture and just made a whole, almost religion out of it. And they call themselves the Hagerandis. And once in a while, you'll see them comment in the chat as well.
How many of them share like the same profile picture on Twitter?
I don't know, but there are too many variations to count.
Yeah.
The Hages are always watching.
I think you guys are cool.
What do you mean, you guys? You make it sound like I'm part of the Hage.
Well, I think you Hages are cool. Keep doing you.
Keep doing you. Let's move on to the last but not least of the first gen, Rikka the Holoroid. Rikka doesn't really like to be called Rikka-san. San is like an honorific, like Mr. or Miss, but Rikka has specifically said that he doesn't like being called Rikka-san. So he prefers Rikun or Richan or just Rikka in the chat. So he doesn't like the more formal san for him. He said that like a couple times. I was like surprised. His fan name is Choritsushi, which means tuner, like because he's a robot, so you're tuning him. But
he's also a guitarist, so you're tuning the instrument.
Mm-hmm. His Oshi mark is this gear symbol. And at the end of the stream, fans will say goodbye with Otsurika. Rikka does a roll call at the beginning of his streams where he calls out the names of the viewers who sent a taiki or the waiting message. So that's very nice of him.
It's so cute.
It's very cute. Rikka is the second person I would recommend knowing how to type kawaii. because he's just so fluffy and cute.
Good vibes, good vibes.
Yeah, and his chat is definitely good vibes as well.
I feel like bringing up the fact that he has like a nickname for every other Holostar, which also might play into the fact that he doesn't like being called Rikka-san.
Yeah.
Like he wants to like close that gap, but also still keep a good like distance.
Yeah, I think Rikka is one of the very unique in that case, that he wants to have a special nickname for everyone.
Yep.
And other people call him, Rikun and Richan, which I think is very cute.
Cough, cough, 2 gigabytes, cough.
Oh yeah, speaking of 2 gigabytes, Rikka does have emojis for 2, G, and B, which is, I believe, is spammed when he's not quite there, when he's figuring it out.
I mean, he only has 2 gigabytes of RAM, right?
Mm-hmm. Gotta be patient sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have the second generation, or SunTempo. I believe SunTempo refers to the fact that they are based on different times of the day. So like dawn, nighttime, and like midnight, or...
Based off their PV? Yes. Based off of what they are now?
Well, let's see what they are now. Let's start with Temma, the knight. Actually, Yami, did you know that Temma is supposed to be an isekai knight? Like, he was supposed to be a knight that came here from a different dimension?
I actually did know that, because I looked it up myself a while ago and went, wait, what?
I know, right? So, according to his backstory, the reason why he likes ramen is because that was one of the first foods he had when he first got transferred here, and he really likes ramen.
And that's also when he tries to bring up like a little bit of his life. It's like, at night school with my knight friends, and I also rode my horse. So yeah, that's his background.
Yeah, that's his background. But Temma, despite his good looks and knightly, princely appearance, has earned himself the nickname the Dark Knight due to the fact of how good and how scary he is in some of the video games that he's played. Almost.
Specifically Dead by Daylight.
He is merciless.
Or let's get another famous quote from Temma here. Miyabi's blood was delicious, wasn't it?
Oishii ne. So I believe later on he did say that he didn't really like the nickname, so he was hoping for a new nickname. And recently when he was playing Fall Guys, so in Fall Guys now you get a randomly generated nickname.
Specifically on PC.
Yes, specifically on PC, and his name was something like Spicy Eat It Clown. And that has led to some fans to start photoshopping him in clown makeup. I don't know if that's
and then that's why we got the. It's a slight improvement because it turned into SSK.
Yes. So at least Temma also has an acronym associated with him now. It's the acronym he's always wanted, but I don't know if it's the exact one he wanted.
I mean, Sweet Spicy Knight's pretty alright in my opinion.
Also, there's Tenchan, which is a very cute variant. His fan name is Kishimen, Kishi from Kishido, his family name. His Oshi mark is a little, what do you call that?
It's a hedgehog.
Is it a hedgehog? Okay. His Oshi mark is a hedgehog with the little puff of cloud behind him. And from what I've heard, that was a suggestion from Matsuri.
Correct.
Senpai, to mean that the hedgehog is running very fast, and that is the only meaning that it has.
I think the hedgehog is supposed to represent Hiyamada, his ferret, but that's a stretch.
That's the mark we have now. And the stream ends with Otsukishi. Instead of Otsukare, it's Otsukishi. And before the stream starts, instead of writing Taiki, which means waiting, fans will use Taikishi, which is a pun with his name, because Kishi means a knight. Also, Temma, congratulations, recently started his membership, and he actually drew one of his membership emojis live on stream and put it into use immediately. And it's a picture
Tensai?
Yes, it's a picture of Hiyamaru with Tensai, which means genius, on top.
Actually, the 10 in Tensai is also the same 10 in Temma, so works out!
Yeah, it works out. I don't know. Temma's chat is pretty cool. I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay, I'd say that Tenma's chat is predominantly Kaigai Nikki, so please try to use like easy English with our young knight.
Yeah, I think Temma has okay English comprehension, but yeah, using simple English would definitely help out a lot.
Mm-hmm. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Good night.
He's a good boy. He needs more fans.
Let's move on.
Yeah, no, let's move.
Okay.
To your son.
Let's move on to my son. No, not my son. Our son.
Our son.
Next is Roberu. He's called Master because in Japanese the bartender is called the bar master. So most fans call him Master, but also Robe-chan sometimes when he's acting cute. And most Kaigai Nikis and Kaigai Nekis will call Roberu's son. This is of course from the meme of him answering yes when someone asked him, "Are you winning, son?" And he just said yes without realizing what that meant, and now he's everyone's winning son.
Yes!
Yes!
I'm Roberu Yukoku. I'm everyone's winning son. Yes!
Yes! But yeah, just be careful. It's not my son, it's our son.
Right.
The Kaigai Nikis are very protective of our son.
Mm.
So the actual fan name though, the fans are called Joden-san, or the regulars. So the regulars at the bar. But for the Kaigai Nikis, the fan name is obviously parents. So sometimes you will see people say, "Welcome new parents." The ocean mark is a wine glass, and fans say goodbye with Honane, which means see you later in Kansai Ben, or Roberu Ben in Roberu's dialect. Honane means see you later. Fans use Chanchaka Dondon when he goes to the bathroom, which is very frequent, and sometimes will send blue super chats when he's gone. The blue super chat is supposed to mean the water flushing from the toilet. It is the cheapest super chat you can send, so you'll see sometimes a wall of blue super chats when he's gone to the bathroom. There's also a
flush.
Yes, that's the flushing super chat.
Flush.
He also has a very common acronym, SWS, which means Sasuga winning son, which means as expected of our winning son. So it is used whenever he's winning at a game or doing well. Sometimes Roberu will call out Kaigai Nikki, so he'll say, "Hey, Kaigai Nikki," and at this point...
And then the chat gets spammed with yes?
Yes, and this is the time you are free to spam yes with as many E's and as many S's as you want. Usually he has some sort of question that he wants to ask. For example, maybe what kind of snacks you like or what kind of hobbies you have.
Did you eat breakfast?
Did you eat breakfast? But yeah, that is a time when it's okay to spam yes, and it's actually... I think Roberu and also the Japanese fans find it really, really cute. I've read it a lot, that they find the overseas fans very cute and endearing.
I personally think he has like the best chat, because it's a very open, welcoming atmosphere.
I think it's one chat where both the overseas fans and the Japanese fans really appreciate each other. I think it also helps that the chat is a little bit older, I think. I think Roberu has a slightly older fan base as well.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I have to say that the Japanese chat sometimes will really, really tease Roberu and is merciless at times.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and we'll call him out when
Son,
he's acting.
Did you eat breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Please, eat. How do you do your morning streams without having any food?
I don't get it. I don't understand how. I think we've given up.
Streaming is his food.
Yeah, I think we've given up. But I would say that Roberu's chat is very welcoming, and it's also a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on to the last member of SunTempo.
Astel. The most common nickname for Astel is Pretty Baby Boy, or PBB for short. The fan name is Asteles, and his ocean mark is the drama emoji with the two masks. Do you know the origin of that, Yami?
I think it's to reflect... I actually don't have anything, but one of my ideas is like, he's a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
And if you've stepped into any of his streams, you can see that he's got 2 or more sides to him, so it does fit.
I think it does fit. For a while, I was curious what the origin of that mark is. And fans say goodbye with Oscareda, and Astel does very, very long, non-archived, sometimes, karaoke streams.
Sometimes?
Sometimes. Well, he did one recently. Often. So this is a good point to bring up, is since it is non-archived, it would be very respectful to not upload any of the clips that you've made during that non-archived session. Like, don't upload it. Obviously, people will record it for personal use, and that's okay, but if it's not archived, please don't upload it and spread it around.
He has said it himself that he does not want clips being made of his unarchived streams, so please respect his wishes.
They're unarchived for a reason, so please respect that. He also does Endurance Apex streams. I think those are mostly archived, and sometimes he sings in them, so another reason to watch him play Apex, I guess. Yeah,
if you remember when I introduced Izuru as a Kusogaki, here's the other Kusogaki.
They even have a name together, right? Asuizu?
Asuizu, yes.
Mm-hmm. I think they actually get along really well with each other, so it's very cute.
Yeah, I like their dynamic.
Mm-hmm. I think Asta recently gained a lot of subscribers, and so his chat is also growing. And one thing is that on his stream, his chat does take up a very big portion of his streaming setup. So, just be mindful of what you say, because it does show up quite big on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Asta recently has reached out more to the Kaiganikis, so very simple English is okay, and he will respond. But it's important still just to be mindful. Yeah, just don't spam requests a lot, because I see a lot of requests when it comes to his unarchived karaoke, unless he asks for them specifically. But then also, please just read the rules. At a recent stream, he said, don't request any Vocaloid songs. That's something to keep in mind. Yep. Alright, that's it. So that should cover up SunTempo. So let's move on to the 3rd generation of Holostars. Yami's favorite. Yami's favorite. Why are you trying to call me out like that? Huh? Why are you immediately going, Yami's favorite? This is Yami's territory. I'm like, I mean, you said it last time. Yes, you're correct, but it's just this is Yami's fame. I'm like, yeah, I'll get through it, okay. So yeah, Holostars 3rd generation, previously known as Trinero, now known as Mafia. Let's talk about our favorite Jackal Mafia boss, Shien Kageyama Shien, who actually just recently hit 90k subscribers. Woo! Congratulations, boss! It was just a little bit after your birthday. Yay! As of the time of this recording. Yay! His birthday goods are out. Go buy them. Go buy them. Please. There's a whole tapestry. I didn't think he was gonna get a tapestry. I thought it was just gonna be an acrylic panel like everyone else. But no, it's a full-on tapestry. Wrap yourself in boss. It's an A3 size tapestry. It's gonna look great on my wall when it comes in. So let's talk about some nicknames we have for boss, which is obviously boss, because he is the boss of his mafia. He also has PVCJ, which kind of came around the time where everyone's getting acronyms, and it's like, I want to get an acronym too. So PVCJ, it stands for Perfect Voice Copy Jackal. It's a very appropriate nickname too if you've heard his voice impressions. Perfect Voice Copy. Shien's fan name, or the name for Shien's fans, is the Shien Gumi. It's the same kind of gumi from Hanami Gumi, which is Miyabi's fan name, which generally just means a group. Yeah, just group. So the Shien group, or the Hanami group. Shien's Oshi mark is a purple circle officially, and unofficially a baby bottle. You want to explain how he got that mark? I can explain why it's a purple circle, and I can explain why he has a baby bottle. So, he said himself that he
he chose the purple circle for his Oshi mark because his favorite color is purple, but he didn't want to get the purple heart because he thought it was a little too cutesy, so he went with the purple circle. As for why he has the baby bottle, well, this is a bit of an infamous incident where Shien set his Twitter birth date to the year of his debut, 2020, which makes him 0 years old. It made Twitter ban his account for like 3 months. It was like 3 months. And since he was banned for being basically a baby, everyone started spamming the baby bottle to him, including like other talents within Holostars and Hololive.
Oh no.
So he's just referred to as our baby mafia boss. And at the end of any of Shien's streams, fans will say, "Good luck!"
There's even an emoji now for that as well.
Yep, there's a membership emote for ending greeting. That sounds so weird now that I think about it. Yeah, there's an emote for the ending phrase, and there's an emote for the greeting in the beginning of the stream. So in the beginning of the stream, we all greet boss with "Yes, boss," because of the way that he greets us. He goes, "Everyone, it's time for a mission," right?
Yes, boss.
So which we all refer to. "Yes, boss. Omaera, nimbu kaishi da."
Yes, boss.
And that's why we also say good luck at the end, because then we finally go off on our mission.
We watch a stream for an hour and then go on our mission.
And then go off on our mission. Good luck.
I see that sometimes at the beginning, before the stream starts, people will write "yes, boss," but with like the ellipses, like yes.
Oh yeah, that was actually brought up because that's something from Nico Doga culture. Boss started seeing it and was like, I kind of want that for myself too. So if you guys could just like start spamming like yeah in preparation of saying "yes, boss." Right before his stream. Yeah, that's where the yeah comes from. It's getting ready to yell "Yes, boss" when he starts to stream.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't it? And I've actually seen some people like, instead of saying like typing yeah, it's house emoji. Because yeah means house.
Nice. Yeah, that's certainly new to me, but it's also a very unique way of writing. Instead of writing taiki, that would be the equivalent in Shien's stream.
It's like kind of like some people start with taiki and then it evolves into yeah, because it was kind of unclear when he wanted us to start saying yeah. So before the stream starts, like some people will say taiki or yeah, but when the stream starts but we're still waiting for him to show up on screen, that's when we start spamming a lot of yes, for sure.
I see.
And then when he shows up on stream, we go "Yes, boss."
Mm-hmm.
I think that really covers a good amount of how to chat in his stream, but do keep in mind that I would say his chat's one of the rowdier ones, with the asking for translations, asking for requests. Just try to use simple English, because Boss is actually trying to learn some English with us, for us. So just keep that in mind, that there is a person behind him, so respect his wishes. Thank you.
Yeah, with the recent incident, again, all of the Holostars are growing very fast right now. And so we're getting a lot more people in the chat. So these things are going to happen, but let's just respect their wishes and just use very simple English, things that he can understand easily.
So let's move on to our last but not least Holostar member, Oga Aragami, our sexy voice Majin. Is that really the tagline?
Again, I didn't write these.
I know.
Rikka did.
I know. Let's talk about Oga Aragami, our local, very deep voice Majin. Some nicknames that have been used for him is Aniki, which is older brother, and Eroga, because he kind of gets into some sensitive topics on his talking streams sometimes. But I think Eroga actually originates from a stream where he collabed with Aruran, Iofi, and Risu. Iofi and Risu are from Hololive ID. They just kind of like turned into the Ero family.
Yeah. So there's Eroran, Erofi, Erusu. Just...
Yeah.
But
and Oga.
I would say something you might see a lot in Oga's chat is just Edo being typed out.
Yeah, he has an emote.
Also, he has an emote as well.
He has an emote for it. So, Oga's fans are called Omae-sans, which is like, you guys.
I heard that he wanted to be closer to his fans. Like, he wanted to, close the distance. But he was a little bit sad that, at least in the beginning, when he started streaming, that everybody called him like Oga-san. He didn't want to have such a gap between him and his fans. That's why I find his fan name very interesting.
Oga, you metronome of you embodiment of gap moe.
Yes.
He's so cute, but then also like his Oshi mark is a black ox, or is it a water buffalo?
I don't know.
It can be confused for the brown one.
The black one.
Remember, pick the black one, which I think is a water buffalo. I'm pretty sure it's a water buffalo.
I don't know animals.
I feel you. And at the end of one of Oga's streams, fans will say, "Otsukare sankyu." Thanks. Some fun facts about Oga: all his membership emotes or stamps, I think they're called, are drawn by him. He's drawn a lot of mascot characters. Speaking of mascot characters, the fans, Omae-sans, also have a mascot character. It's a little small rainbow humanoidish figure that Oga has drawn himself, and you'll see it quite a bit in the background
and
or
also
in the foreground.
Also started popping up in a lot of the thumbnails as well.
Oh my god, Oga's thumbnails for his talking streams recently have actually killed me. they're so funny. I love Oga's sense of I love his sense of humor and thumbnail making.
I love the little version of himself that he has drawn with like little dot eyes.
It's just so it's so good. How can this 2 meter tall Majin be so cute?
2 meter or 200 meters.
I mean, he's got both forms, right?
From what I've seen in Oga's chats, is generally pretty chill. He has a lot of free talk streams as well, so I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen too many Kaganikis in there. I've seen some.
There are some, but it's a very welcoming, comfortable chat and stream environment. He actually really wants to have his stream environment be comfy. He wants people to be comfortable watching him stream.
So the chat is also very welcoming as well.
It's fairly laid back, yes. I think that's all I can really say. Okay. He's a good boy.
Good boy.
Mafias are good boys.
Good boys.
Despite their name, Mafia are some of the goodest boys.
I know, right? It's so weird. So this is it for this week. We hope this has helped clear up some of the questions that people have about how to interact with Holostars via chat. And I hope this was a helpful guide for Kagainiki and Nekis to start maybe participating in the chat more often. And I think the Holostars would love to see more Kagainikis and Nekis in the chat.
Give them more fan interaction. They love interacting with us.
Yeah, exactly. I want to extend a big thank you to my guest for this episode. Thank you, Yamikirby, for coming again.
Thanks for having me.
If you like this episode, please like and subscribe, and also comment down below if you have any questions or comments. This was one of the topics that was brought up a lot from the suggestions, and any of the suggestions are highly appreciated, so please keep them coming. You can reach out to me, CavityCake, on Twitter, or just comment down below. We would love to have additional guests in the future, so make sure to subscribe to all of the Holostars and follow their Twitter. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one. Stars!